WWE pay-per-views too long? Alexis Carrillo here, back with some more wrestling talk content on the Alexis Carrillo brand YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any wrestling talk content in the future. And ever since a few months ago with the announcement that WWE was going back to co-branded pay-per-views, meaning that superstars from both Raw and SmackDown Live would be appearing at said pay-per-view events, there was all this worry that later became a confirmation because, yes, pay-per-views would get longer. Pay-per-views will be longer going forward. So, you know the comments on social media amongst the internet wrestling community is that WWE pay-per-views are normally too long. They are just pushing content over content over content, and nothing was more clear of that than at WrestleMania when we had 2 hours of kickoff and a little bit over 5 hours of the actual WrestleMania show, making it 7 hours. But that was a special occasion. That was WrestleMania. But now we have to fast forward into Backlash, the latest pay-per-view in WWE's slate. And with Backlash came a 1 hour kickoff show, a 3.5 hour actual pay-per-view show, and about a 20-minute post-show for Backlash. Now here's my thing. Here's what I think. The actual pay-per-views have actually only been pushed up a little bit more. In fact, Raw is normally 3 hours, 10 minutes, 3 hours, maybe even more, 3 hours, 11, 12, up to 15 minutes at some point, but that's it. In this case, Backlash was a little bit more of 3 hours and 25, 30, 35 minutes, somewhere in that range. And if you all remember, buying a pay-per-view in traditional cable providers usually gave you just 3 hours of the actual pay-per-view. Now, here's the thing. Most people on social media and on Facebook and on Twitter and on groups like to include the pre-show. You add an hour, and then the post-show you add half an hour. And this would have made Backlash 5 hours, something that I disagree with, because the actual pay-per-view is only 3 hours and 30 minutes. Yes, the WWE gives you a kickoff show, the pre-show, and which is an hour long, but you don't necessarily have to watch it. Yes, the WWE gives you a post-show, 30 minutes, but you don't have to watch it. You can just watch the actual 3 hour plus pay-per-view, which is Backlash. Although the rumors are that it might be going up to 4 hours, being as you have to have at least 3 to 4 matches from each brand, and they all need to have the right amount of time. I've continued down the road that pay-per-views are only long, or are only too long, when they are not booked right, when they are not executed right. Let me explain myself. NXT TakeOver pay-per-views are 3 hours long, but with the quality of the matches, with the quality of the characters and the production, obviously WWE production, the best in the world in terms of wrestling today, but that show feels a lot shorter than 3 hours. It just goes on and goes on and goes on, and you just breeze by it. You just watch it and you really don't care. Backlash, in fact, was the other way around, being that it was 5 hours. It felt kind of like 7, 8 hours, simply because it wasn't executed right. Here's the thing with time. If you're having a good time, time passes quick. If you're having a terrible time, if you're bored, then yes, you will count every second of every minute that passes along. And that's kind of the way I feel that Backlash was like, and that's kind of the way, and that's kind of the fear that I think most WWE fans have for the next pay-per-views. But like I said, they're not really pushing that much more longer if you don't include the pre-show and the post-show, which I don't. But, you know, that's my take on the situation. Love to hear your take. Love to hear your opinions. Do you include the pre-show and the post-show in the pay-per-view time slate? Or do you agree with me? The pay-per-view is just a pay-per-view and everything is just gravy. Leave a comment below. I'll be sure to answer back to you. That's it for me. Till next time.